pacho wo product no egumu ahodo bebre se wotie manopei na woye over 30 years at above what challenges with urination anopei bra na Obatampa Prostate Center for Entuasia and Mama and which pacho aya na wunya sinkase after urination as a nyina no enti bia ma e bi da so wo blood anymore a challenge kese pa e how edible prostate eno chano pay bra na woni Obatampa emedi nkomo na wo mo beje so etu nyina no ase on top of it the situation no deteriorating pacho ene ya ma ya shock catheter e wo be mbemu dia de obe nyina no ene woni Obatampa Prostate Center for emedi nkomo na wo mo beje so na afei wetimi aboa a clear catheter no e free or e about ati adopay when Obatampa for any come on 055 3800 055 3800 Kofifi Pratt last of our castle anyanya no main road no eso na when Obatampa any come on adopay. Now, Andra, there was a lot of confusion at the appointment committee, Andra, in Parliament. At the latter part of the day's activities, appointment committee, etimi undertake after the vetting of about 4 nominees. Na akwako wiese SSA committee, etimi sorry ekwa homeji mo misunderstanding. Any confusion Andra esi hono Ghanaians are condemning it. But mamene the Honorable Member of Parliament for Wijagbawi na wasanso Deputy Chief Whip, First Deputy Chief Whip for the New Patriotic Party or the minority side in Parliament na anope meneno eni nkomo. Honorable Member Ultimate Card up here, good morning and pom to saying
Mr. Speaker, good morning.
Honorable Ahmed, I can see say what brepa na your voice in the monso.
My friend, I'm disappointed, sad, and worried. It hasn't been easy, First of all, I'm not the first deputy chief whip. I'm the second.
Second, okay. Very well.
Mbacho so be ahun ye.
Eradi adom ye ho ye na mo nso e.
Adomarakwa.
And I must say, sir, it's your first time in Parliament. As a first timer, and so far, the why exhibited there. You might congratulate you. Na your mouth yinkwa. You dim say wo ko wenim no. Obeto akoswa ye more. Now it looks as if I feel crying as a wager by we manya MP foforo.
Mr. Speaker,
oh, David, Richard. For Honorable Jerry Ahmed Zabra, the line no drop. And yes, I'm but no creno. Ayaba compare 53 after 7. I Kessben, Maakye Jumedi SUNI. Who here live on Aseda TV. We're bringing you all the details from Parliament's appointment committee and the Ekoso Ewo Honomono Anajono at around almost 10 p.m. The Hitches no SRC misunderstanding kakra ifrasiye. Now later na a transition into something else, some level of confusion itimi esi before the appointment committee. The destruction of properties of Parliament womo edi juma. Honorable Jerry Ahmed will be joining us shortly. Na yeneno edi sa enkomono. But let's know. Okay, Honorable Ahmed is back. Honorable Pacho Timenka.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, Pacho me line drop here kaka.
Yes. And na me mouth yinkwa say there one ma weja edino peja biem.
Eda radiasi na yeda muswasi. We are hopeful say na ebe ejuma together.
Very well. Na my nkomo appointment committee ejuma amoye and bro ade na see report here ama confusion about no pay obia come asem across the country. What actually transpired after the vetting of Honorable Kofi Adams, the sports minister designate?
The speaker made us sick. Now, first of all, Mr. Ghana for say yesterday's incident was unfortunate and it was not meant to have been this case. In Tiamun I mean, I speak like this because we also have children, we have siblings, we have friends, and some of the things you get feedback.
Yeah.
But let me run you through, and then I'll still come back to the issues of going ahead to apologize to the Ghanaian people. I want to say the day before, we were supposed to have gone ahead with vetting.
Okay.
But chairman of vetting committee, gave a direction. There was a need to call one person who had said or had made mention of fact, in Kofona more vetting committee and appointment committee, or more Akodiska. So what happened was that Saturday, we virtually could not do anything. And originally, the names are now advertising, say, or more Beko vetting. Some names, they were sent to the next day. But unknown to us, the clerk to the committee now are publishing about 10 names. 10 names, Some phone on the next day. Now, answer I start any parliamentary program now proceedings are normally the say we go into conclave. Conclave, speaker na chairman of the committee share as members. So normally it's the leadership. What you say. Almost share, then they agree on how to go about everything. And the day starts with consensus building. That was what happened. And there was consensus there. We were going to vet 3 people. And the 3 people were supposed to be Honorable Dr. Rashid Pelpo for employment, Honorable Mutala Mohammed for environment, Honorable Sam George for communications. But this was the exact consensus or agreement that was made. Until it started around 10 something. It shall just say, vetting. We finished with Honorable Rashid Pelpo. Then came Honorable Mutala Mohammed. Then came Honorable Sam George. If you watched, my leader was not even present with the first 2. And the questions that he would have wished to ask and all of that perhaps people may think of the delay, all those questions were not asked. He had done his work and was ready, and he started dealing with Honorable Sam George there. Even at the point that Honorable Sam George, the chairman had directed, the vetting had completed, when in fact Honorable Maakye hadn't finished the vetting. We let it go. Then there was some consensus again, quietly, although we had conclave and open, say we were going to vet the 3. The consensus was that, okay, Honorable Kofi Adams, and said the day before, Nanka say young vetting. So what they say.
Yes.
And now it looks like there is pressure on him because, first of all, supporters, no baby abegu. Second, Mr. Nani are in for 4 and then call for B supporters abegu, and that was the day before. And I'm and also because apparently they didn't get any communication or correspondence. So, being very reasonable people, we all agreed say, and they're Honorable Kofi Adams. Maybe I would name the issues that are affecting our sports. But you saw that we, as the appointment committee members, they did not finish. I don't think that they even vetted Honorable Kofi Adams for an hour because of 2 things. First of all, either he was straight in giving his answers, or people were getting tired, or people were tired. So we finished that. And then there was a request. Maybe his national service, 1993 or something there, about 95 for EP Secondary School, Saboba. Minister for Transport, Honorable Lipe of Isaboba.
Yes.
I've seen all the chiefs, big time chiefs, including their paramount chief IFN, Oche Bobo, was there. And I'm sure he had been there the day before too. Indeed, we saw all of this, and we put a human face to it. Although you are burned, would you then consider the next person who, with all due respect to him, behaves himself very well. And so almost everybody on the panel felt that let us, at least for whatever it is worth, give respect to our colleague, Honorable Lipe.
Okay.
And Honorable Lipe's rating, I am very sure, if you check the records, was not also up to 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
And as at 9:58 p.m., with the studio, and you are not even doing any talking. From 10 to another 10 p.m. Please tell me, in God's name, say, Umbriana.
Oh, yes, so Brianna, the tiredness was set in.
This was what happened. When we even finished with Honorable Montala Mohammed, we, same members, some of the members on the panel had to quickly rise for about 10 to 30 minutes, dash into the chamber to go and lay the report of Honorable Omani Boama.
Okay.
Please look at even the sequence, and let me even make this clear. First of all, when vettings are to be done, normally there is the need for formation of committees, whether select committee or standing committees. These committees, as we speak, legally, they have not been formed. When you are also to vet someone, there should be a publication on the person for at least 2 weeks. As we speak, the minority have been very magnanimous. And what they have done as minority is to say that, look, what matters is that Parliament is the maker of its own rules. And what matters most is consensus. So let us build consensus. Let us waive all of this. And let us understand that we are helping the government of the day to properly form its government so that the Ghanaian people can now ask of them all the promises they made during campaign. Until we agreed to waive all of this, two major requests or duties. Then, whilst we went into the chamber to lay the report for Honorable Omani Boama, same was seconded, few statements were made in support, and then we came back. Mania, Mrs. Speaker, as I speak with you, and time I lay Honorable Omani Boama report, now I have found my way quietly to just go and get Kofi Brokman to munch on because there was no time. Could you believe, sir, when I had even gone out to get the Kofi Brokman, my chief whip had called me. Jerry, where are you? You have to be in the vetting committee room. You have to be in the vetting room whilst I'm at the chamber. Because this, no time. That's besides the point. We finished that, came back, and continued with the vetting of Honorable Sam George. The vetting somewhat abruptly ended, but we still agreed, like I told you, now to go ahead and consider Honorable Kofi Adams. And also, when we finished with Honorable Kofi Adams, we also felt the need to consider Honorable Lipe. Little did we know that at 9:58 p.m., when it was about 10 p.m., we are going to consider my very, very good friend, Honorable Akando. And I keep saying, Honorable Akando is one of the persons I respect so much in NDC. And I've told him this personally. So why would we look at vetting someone that I so much like? And I wouldn't want to vet him. Me, who am I? Me, Nyobia. But minority had taken a decision, say, at a point in time, at 10 p.m., we were first of all tired. Second, there was going to be low input, and that people had not prepared for his vetting because we did not have notes and questions and considerations that we may have asked during the vetting period. Yes, sir, let's build a consensus. Say by 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock now, we should be done with everything. Then our good friend can go home or go to his ministry and be a solid minister who went through the process properly. Many who can wait, let's also bear in mind that the institution, the Ministry of Health that we are talking about, very, very important cabinet institution or position. And this position has a lot of very important agencies under it, including the Ghana Health Service, including the National Health Insurance Authority, including the ambulance service, and what have you. So I went by my friend trying to lobby him, say, if you can, then you should try and even lobby the minority leader and the leaders, so that at least if we can even try and sit down for about an hour to vet him. So little did I see and know that, there were people who were going to be physical, including Edem Agbana. Started pulling me into the gallery, and then people started more handling me. I didn't want any physical exchanges, so all I did was that I quietly moved away. Many who can say, for about a month, I've visited the hospital because I've had problems with my shoulder. And there was no way and time that I want to even indulge in anything like this. Now he was pulling me from behind, pulling my jacket. People were more handling me. So what I did was to walk away. Little did I even know that, my walking away, I was even going to get into more trouble, because then I saw two of my very good friends who were having serious altercations. And I felt that even if you weren't careful, that could even get into physical exchanges. So I tried to separate them. I stood in between two tables once I was trying to separate them. By God's grace, Honorable Mahama Ayariga came around, and we were able to separate. While I was standing in between the tables, I saw 4 new NDC MPs trying to push the table at me. Whilst I was to squeeze me in the middle, I don't know what plans they had or what the intention was. So I'm sure I got some adrenaline in a way to self-defend myself, try to push or leave the table back. I have injured my shoulder some more, and I have report to show that I've been to the hospital about 3 weeks ago just working on my shoulder. How do we get to this level? It was just a matter of not building consensus. How? Consensus in Parliament is key. All the reports that have been laid before the floor, before the Speaker on the floor of Parliament, have been reports that we have agreed to say that we are approving these ministers by consensus. In Virginia, all that we needed to do was just to understand and speak to ourselves. And that failed to happen.
That's a bit too bad. Just as you said, we are showing some of the footages on the TV screens right now. The time where you were being, more handled here and there. But all said and done. For me, I have a timetable. Mami and kind show now. Yemisa say, is that accurate? Because from the schedule I'm seeing here, Osha time schedules, Thursday, 30th January 2025. Was expected somebody can vet the Honorable Rashid Purple. You did that. The Honorable Mutala Muhammad came in. So the time differences. So Rashid Purple was scheduled for 8 o'clock a.m. Mutala 9 o'clock going. Sam George was supposed to appear around 10 a.m. Then Kofi Adams 11 a.m. Then after 12, which is 12 midday aircon, you go on a lunch break up to 12:30. Then after 12:30, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa comes in. Joseph Bukari Nikwe comes in. Isi Fusedu comes in. And then Miss Charity Gardner for Ahafo, regional minister position, also comes in. Is this the schedule you were working with to have vetted 8 people? I mean, on the row, Andra. Are you aware of this schedule?
Before government, this is the first time I'm hearing of this schedule. And that is the point I'm making. That it looks as if the clerk to the committee has been doing this on their own, I mean, suo motu, or just with a certain section of people. As in, the section of people will be one-sided. Because many will come. Before, we would always come to deal with any parliamentary matter.
Yes.
Members go into conclave with the speaker or with the deputy, first deputy or second deputy. And when the conclave is sorted, then it means that there is agreement as to how the proceedings of the day will go. This was exactly what happened yesterday. I won't sit here and lie to you in any way or form. What we agreed was that we were going to do 3. Now, Maria, ask yourself, did you see the time Honorable Appiah?
Yes, it was after 10 p.m. Even Akando, yes.
And Speaker, Mr. Speaker. So, if you have voted for me and you want me to vet the Minister of Foreign Affairs, a position as such, a diplomatic position, portfolio, you would want me to sit from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and now come and finish with the Minister of Health. Let's even assume that we finish with the Minister of Health for 30 minutes or even 45 minutes. And then proceed to do the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I mean, we should be very
but
honest in our conversation.
Yes, very honest. And no, the Yajitum said a break was set in, and on your call, no, it was right. But again, one would also say, far ahead of time, no, all these nominees, no, were given time to appear. And if such changes are bad, I mean, why didn't the committee communicate back to them? Because I presume, Okujeto did an advertisement and a flyer, no, ever out. And then cross-checking, no, what I realized was that, I mean, on his flyer, no, he said he was going to appear before the committee by 1 p.m., which is in the afternoon yesterday. Then, if you go with that, by that time, with the schedule, that means after the lunch of 12:30 p.m., no, I mean, Okujeto was going to come up. So it still falls in line with, I mean, time, I don't know, at the year, the advertisement said, obey appear before the committee. I'm also sure that by then, no, so now him for new Biano has gathered to support him throughout this vetting. And I mean, why the miscommunication? Why so much happening with the committee as to how they will communicate back to the public, and then that of the nominees? And no, I presume Sarkophas challenges in Aba.
Yeah, I thank you for the question. I think that your question is a very relevant one. The problem for me is that the moment conclave is done, those who now take up the task of dealing with issues will be the clerk to the committee.
Okay.
So it must just be that someone failed to do his or her job. That is, if the job was not done at all. I don't want to believe that, and I respect the people who were supposed to have been, who perhaps even listed or advertised their vetting. So I won't say they may have been told and they still decided to do propaganda. I won't say so. What I can tell you is that at the conclave, there was an agreement that we are doing first 3. And this first 3, we did not even go into conclave at 8 o'clock, let alone start vetting at 8 o'clock. And since we started the vetting, if I want to be very truthful to you, we have not even started vetting exactly at 9 o'clock before.
Interesting. Now, yes, now let's come to today before I wrap it up with you. Now, I have the same schedule for today. So Friday, 31st January, and this is what they are saying, per the schedule Kano. We are told, sir, by 8 a.m. this morning, Salisu Isifu Esquire, Minister Designate for Savannah Region, is to be vetted. Then again, you come to around 9 o'clock, Robert Betty Brentum, Minister Designate for the Western North Region. Then you are to vet Felix Kwachio Fosu, Minister Designate for Government Communications. Joseph Nelson, Minister Designate for the Western Region. Then you have Kwabena Minta Kano come in today as Minister Designate for Health. And Nevetino is supposed to happen after lunch, which is 12 midday. You have Joseph Adai Akwaboa, Minister Designate for Bono, 1:30. He's scheduled for that. Veteran Francis Owusu entry, and then Edumua Ekwa Benin Ochre, Minister Designate for the Central Region. I mean, so this is what I have. Then, per the schedule, no much by 4:30 p.m. As I said, this vetting in total, if per what I am having is correct, it means that Andra, you were supposed to have vetted 8 people, and then today, Friday, you are supposed to vet 9 people. And how would this be achieved as a committee? Hello, Honorable Ahmed.
I think that you have actually even answered for me. I didn't look at the list you mentioned. 9.
Yes, 9.
Can we be, with all due respect to your listeners, be reasonable about all of this? You're asking people to vet ministers for just 1 hour. And if the person gives you a response that you should probe further, just because there is a timeline to do it 1 hour, then 1 hour, then you're done. I do not even have this correspondence. I don't know. In fact, because of what happened yesterday, at least for what I know, there is the real likelihood that Honorable Akando will start. And then when he starts, there may be any other person that was considered to have joined in the vetting yesterday may join. But what I also know is that the normal culture would be to go into conclave to agree, say, year 20, and I year 2. That's what I say. And at 20, now 2, no, these are the people that will come. I know, and I worry about the fact that the publication goes out, or the advert goes out, way. But I've also indicated to you, say, there should be a problem somewhere. There should be the problem of maybe what I have known over the period is that every time I ever use a schedule, like a day's activity, we still go into some sort of conclave and then say, we more. And still come and confirm the next day, say, we more, and one,
Okay.
Yesterday, nothing of that sort happened. And today, I do not know how that is likely to pan out. But I believe that whatever it is, there will be consensus.
Now we are told a lot of opportunity. Honorable, you take the opportunity to apologize to Ghanaians, but we are told say a nearby bebre equipment, microphones, you should be say, and we saw on TV, live TV. I mean, mo tables are mo used to an 9 in Ibubuni idea. Now, where next will you go to have your sitting as a committee?
I was actually going to take the step to, as it were, congratulate Honorable Maakye
Kubi
for showing leadership. When the day I'm asking is not, I mean, and with respect to other people, is someone who is a bit sober in taking a step. And now I say, earlier. And this would not have gotten to this extent.
Okay.
Because what I've also realized from my leader is that he listens to him a lot, and they are able to build consensus a lot. I think he's a more reasonable person. He wants to believe that what issues you are raising, raise them. If I have any issues against the issues you are raising, I'll also raise them. So I say, and then normally build a consensus. When he came in, he was able to do that. It's unfortunate with this cattle, some gadgets may have gone wrong, and it's really sad. And I don't think that I'm happy that I found myself there when all of this happened. So I say.
Okay.
But I think going forward, anybody who studied conflict, I've said it, there was one book I read, Herbert Gans. He talked about positive functions of conflict. Sometimes there's also the need for these things to happen. When they happen, you see where you went wrong, you see where you are not building consensus, you see your weakness, you see your strength, and make sure that you use them very well going forward. I'm sure there will be a decision by the clerk and then maybe Mr. Speaker on where next to use. Yesterday, Honorable Ayega made a proposal, but I think that we are likely to agree on that as to where next to use for the vetting.
Very well. Honorable Anope, I'm grateful for your time.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Bedasipa, thank you. And that is Honorable Jerry Ahmed, second deputy whip of the new Patriotic Party minority side in Parliament, member of Parliament for Wija Gbawe. But my main call line is so now many the Honorable Member of Parliament for Kecha, the Honorable Kwame Appiah Meneno Eni Nkomo Emra from the majority side. And then he was also at the appointment committee. Videos no here na o mu bebre. Honorable Chimen Kado pay good morning. Pachon Pom to saying.
Yeah, morning. And then good morning to your listeners and your viewers and everybody.
Very well. We are glad you could join us. So first off, what happened? What happened last night at the appointment committee?
What happened is very shameful. The very shameful activities that happened. I mean, very shameful. I mean, I couldn't even believe that we members of parliament should be acting this way. And you see, I listened to Jerry Ahmed.
Yes.
Honorable Jerry Ahmed should be blamed for this. One, he is a leader, but he's not matured in terms of leadership because this is his first time. And then by chance, he become a leader. And then as a leader, he must show leadership as a leader. You see, in parliament, it's numbers that works. You have 11-member committee to appointment committee members. And then we have subject area, 2 to make it 50. And now by our standing order, when you look at the order, 1/3 of the committee form a quorum, which is 5. At 15, 5 form a quorum. And then the majority side, we have about 7 over there. So at the end of the day, business can go on. If you decide that you want to vet somebody 5 hours, and then you have 10, the whole appointment committee meeting as a courtroom to be cross examine people. Is that why it is? And these are our own colleagues. Look at yesterday, 4 hours. What is that? And then you keep on making the same thing. Because when it comes to numbers, you don't have numbers. These are micro minority. When you divide our numbers into 2 classes, we are more than them. We are just tolerating them that they should have their voice to be heard, and then we have our way. They have taken the leniency of what the leader for granted, and henceforth we are not going to tolerate that. Why? What is it? You, Jerry, you are a leader. As soon as you say you are not interested in vetting Ablakwa and then Honorable Akando, because Honorable Ablakwa, because Ablakwa have hit them hard. It's part of the oral thing, so they were orchestrating that they will have those kind of things they did to Sam George. This time we are not going to tolerate that. And that is their beef. And then when you say you are not going to participate, justice, parliamentary procedure, and by our tools and strategies, you walk out. When you walk out, you have no means to do our business. Because the 8th parliament, we are able to walk out, and they have their way. So if you are not happy and then you want to go, go. How come you don't want to go? You don't want the work to go on? At the end of the day, properties belong to Parliament of Ghana and the taxpayers' money. You go ahead and then destroy.
Yes, but Honorable, is it a practice that the appointment committee will sit and then in a row they vet about 8 to 9 nominees? I mean, has it ever happened before? And reasonably, one would say that, I mean, these are human beings working. So definitely, you'll find some level of tiredness along the line.
These are our colleagues who have been in chamber. We know them. They are not anybody outside Parliament. These people have been in Parliament. We know each other. So what warrant to vet a member of Parliament for 4 hours, 5 hours? What is that?
Yes, but
you don't know?
that is not a crime. Sometimes there is a precedent to
Well,
go
what
even
is not a
more.
crime?
No, I'm saying that
When you are doing when you are doing this, you think about the health of people too. Think about it. How do you fight one person more than close to 5 hours? What are you even looking for? At the end of the day, you don't even have the numbers to stop the people. So what is it? And then you are using that platform to talk about somebody have written about the former president. Who cares about former president? I don't play. Was he not the one who called President Mahama is a curse to this country? Who said something about him? And today they have the temerity and they have the temerity to confront and come and tell us this. I'm very disappointed in their leadership. Very, very disappointed. This micro minority. If this is the way they want to go, then they are calling. Then they are beating what they can chew. And then what is the crime of Clark? The Clark is doing which work? He takes instruction from the chairman. And then they are not the leader chairman for this committee. It is Honorable Hiafo. Honorable Hiafo, he have taken his leniency. And they have taken it for granted. And henceforth, he will not do that. Because what is it? Questions that are not, if you are interviewing people, you interview them based on what?
Yes, but as for that, Honorable, you cannot fault them because, I mean, it is expected of Ghanaians for them to ask the right questions.
So are they asking the right questions?
And demand the right answers.
In your opinion, are they asking the right questions?
Honorable, that is for Ghanaians to judge. But what I'm saying is
to tell somebody, if somebody attends school, he should bring his certificate. Is he a court?
No, but at least it is clear and it clarifies the whole processes of what you have pended, I mean, on your own CV. So if they are asking you questions relating to your CV, I don't think that goes contrary to the guidelines of the
can be done later. What some of the questions they are asking? Why? If somebody says his wife take care of him, what's the big deal about that? It's a big deal. Huh? They are not. They are, and then I heard Jerry saying that Onaba Yariga at least is reasonable. Who is not reasonable? Who is not reasonable? He should stop that. It's the first time I should learn. He should learn and learn well.
Kessben. So
I mean, stop this.
Honorable, in wrapping up with you, how is today looking like? I mean, do you have a communique as to how proceedings will take effect? I mean,
today we will continue to vet Honorable Honorable Akando as well as Honorable Ablakwa. It will come on unabated. Nobody, they don't have any locus to stop us.
Yes, but do you have the total number of nominees you are going to vet for the day? Because they raised concerns that they did not want the vetting to travel deeper into the night, and for the fact that they were
in their times, in their times, we were vetting people even 12 midnight. In their days, where was Jerry? He was not in Parliament that day, so he doesn't have institutional memory about Parliament. Yes, so when he's talking, he should keep quiet. He's a young man. He should start well. When we are talking about institutional memory, when we were vetting people, even 11, 12 last time on the 8th Parliament. Where was Jerry? Even Saturdays. Are they mortals and us? They should stop that.
But, I mean, as a whole, do you find any level of regret for your actions as members of Parliament and for the damages you've caused to national property? I mean,
they cause damages to national property because when they are pulling, we are trying to protect the property. We watch the videos and see that are we raising the chairs? Are we raising? They are doing it. We are cautioning them. We are protecting the property. So if any blame should go, it should go to them.
But entirely the blame comes to the committee. So, I mean, it is the appointment committee.
The blame is not a committee. You can't blame the entire committee. But the only thing is that we are members of Parliament, and then one action affects each other. So, on that note, we need to apologize to Ghanaians and accept that. But apart from who caused it, it's squarely on the doorstep of Arnold Domprey and Ahmed Cherry. They are the one who caused all this. They are the one. And they should be blamed, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
Very well.
They are leaders. They shouldn't the line that they are leaders. They should have passed that road. It's a dangerous road they have passed, and then they think they have achieved. They haven't achieved anything. Whether they like it or not, they can't stop any minister from being vetted or being approved. They don't even have the numbers to even do that. So they should rewrite their note. If this is the kind of strategy they want to bring on board, they will be meeting them squarely.
Very well. Honorable, I'm grateful you could join us. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Very well. And that is the Honorable Member of Parliament for Kecha, the Honorable Kwame Appiah, speaking to us. He's a member of the appointment committee. In your short, we're going to share cream suit in the video now, which is here and on your TV screen, bringing us to exactly 8:30. This is Kessben 92.9. Mabega Fuano Atenas, quite an interesting time ahead of us. The Andra is see no. We'll just bring you a wrap up of it. Now, I think throughout the week, and Komodia Akosu Yinano, Yaneo Arapene, Abashan, so say at the latter part of the show, Yabemo Akwenya, na onso wafre Ediaba Jumedian so. But before that, your numbers are Yadi Jumano pay, na Yadiajo messages, no, 0550 567 929, 0550 567 929, 0550 567 929 and no any numbers are yeah juma WhatsApp and afi SMS or the messages in the bar you can kind in no the amount na say ye ka say Charles McCarthy managing editor for the Hawk newspaper. He's already seated in the studio. Citizen Atudazi is a private legal practitioner, and then the general secretary for GCPP. He's seated, and Nana from Paul Ziga as well, a researcher and an analyst with us here at Kessben. What also Atenasi and Opay enti yebedin kobo na yahwe say na wotwe mu nyina no and someone akoso say ana Ghana for ACF no another level of disgrace coming from the Parliament of Ghana, the appointment committee. And one says tables in nkonya na mamemma mabedwafo na chance na me meka ma adwen kire MPs ni bi womo call ye womo nkasa ada bebre ho mo ko mo nkasa ada. And so Enra, they were the first to have raised chairs womo the page nkonya first EDCC tables so womo masa de ba ne nkos na me nua bafi Kofodia MP, New Job in South. Hey, Kofi, Mamin Kasem Cho. Esibe ya bua ba enye se no be ye. Kofi, mi nua no Mamin Kano Credit Cho say, "Sadie we na air course na say confusing BSC Parliament I woka ho no. You are bigger than that." Mon kanche Maakye Ochirebe if he say me say or you bigger than that. Carlos Ahin Krakofa ballot papers ni ade na Kofi be afie anim nie. Edia, Govi, Edia, and you went in at the Kofodia for the core parliament. Then Ryan Prina, when I were frasi, I would don't say pim tables, so we don't say pim tables, are they? And why a boxing ring, Anna? Govi, baby, I would deny why a boxing ring. Don't do that. You are my brother, Mini are paying you, wasn't by me and America. But the point is that the Oshas here, they are wrong. I mean, one TSC a walkout. The BINC, we stage a walkout. You leave the committee. You express for Ghanaians to know, said the air course would win in. That's all. But the fire and some pim tables, some kicker microphones to move from a yentin tam konyan fancy tables. So now, and then our person Chema Ghana for. Kofi, you have friends. And Yamaya Muhe with TV, you see. MPs are a fraud, one more honorable members, and I said, it's your quality TV who know of share vetting. SUB be free more. This is what our members of parliament in the 9th parliament are teaching us. Now, you can't address the movie and more befrese, Modiaco Privileges Committee. Moyan Sansam Fun where we are. No more befrese Modiaco Privileges Committee. Mufay and Quay. More moment Kotana was Semra. Extra kwanya yemfa mra nya adwuma na rule of law enya adwuma mo de amosibu ni mra ne nseseso look at how you've treated the microphones sir. You the taxpayers money na ato ya your man ya civilizer by now nka mo amoye sa ade ni nyina mo amowo committee ni so nyina mo resign say any serious nation or better still near the mobusumi akatua no near the akoto niema no near the abefix near the ashim. But because we don't have conscience and because we don't have shame, they are there, they are happy. One best bet not one no pay. On the live TV, you are fighting to the whole world. You people are shameful. Time, very a cry. And to me, no more idea, no more person with Monsieur Free Munche. And yeah. Huh? Time. That's what I can't imagine. What coffee baby? What when the pushing? Eh? A bunny chobo body and not coffee anymore. Coffee aden.
Speaker Major also.
Go view by Parliament, some of us we campaign for you. Don't do that.
Speaker Major also. Mamencha Pennyfo Minio citizen any Ziga. Na mental citizen crase Ben say akakakra. No we drew her.
Odafi.
Or say traffic.
Or if you call it traffic.
I don't need to be so speaker. I say we go for an opawi.
No, but you're right. And you might sometimes say and you're right.
You see, yet who I say politics. Some man for tutu kunipa. At the co-parliament. Na besine. Yenchi will be a. Then it is expected that people can do whatever they want to do to get results. Bottom line, Afarajan catches or don't people said they could talk a ballot box no more wedding or beckind. Yes, sir. Can be a breakfast or cotubu no beckind. Or can you use our declare winner ba? You see, politics is about getting results. Now, me see politics is the exercise of power to achieve a desired result. Yes, sir. Where me definition? Desired result. Politics, who exercise power to achieve with desired results are who achieve. The end, people say justified the means. Bottom line, you see, minority force or mom penny ma vetting into us. Yes, sir. Can be or mobile fast or may achieve that purpose or may achieve the purpose. The vetting ended with what happened.
With a new war and shame. Disgrace.
When I who say ye new war. Because yen chubia, yen kubia, and one say was me patry, asa. You know how they do it in that house. So I say, we have not held our parliament to standards. Yeah, parliamentarians, we have not held their foot to fire when it comes to standards. And in vetting, kwa mufa so the vetting in a issue. Obi babedi 4 hours. Obi babedi 10 minutes. What is then Tina else will be to me 10 minutes? Are you getting the point? We will be the whole greater Accra region. Now, Baba Betrasi, who miss a question beyond introduction. Now, catching is you've conducted yourself well in Parliament and Untino go. Obi Baba was where Madame for. Mininu Kwane, she said yes, they are planning how to enter into Parliament. But would grade no more than 3 hours. Consistency no way. Yeah, 2 mudins more discuss must be and tisa. Now, while you were vetting, you will still tell a nominee, said, and yes, sir, my bizarre question be Brentino. You will deny me protocol. You see how inconsistent our people are. And no nay we know. Me name ground rules or Moshe. Untimin kase leadership. Ebet me bisa unlimited questions. What you must say? Once you created that avenue, say leadership bet me bisa unlimited questions.
Now one person took 3 hours.
Yes. So you created the mess. I am one of my critics out there, no. Let's be frank with them. Let's be brutally frank with them. Untimi nkaso be a leader there. Obetime bisa ni opebia we wiasemu. Na yes area what's that so and a nipa ba for bisa question bebre. If you think that the rules you set and your bad rules are changed. That is that's what I'm talking about ground rules. Yeah, na mo share so okay. Aspirant be about depending on your portfolio. We a cabinet minister, you be using maximum of 3 hours within. Bet me the 3, bet me the less, depending on the circumstances. You be mawako. We a regional minister, ebia we juma no shut down so enti ebia 1 hour and now 30 minutes. We will let you go. We a normal minister, any cabinet portfolio, bet me the 2 hours. You should have set these ground rules clear. In any case, what are you vetting the people on? Any CV? What I say? No, are you now a plan of action?
Yeah.
I was submitting my national security investigation and I report to Mudiamamu. Do you get it? Those are the questions you should be based as who based why you know on. In any case, you see, one can only be a minister if he is qualified to be a member of parliament. Say Nipani MP. What it means is that you don't have what it takes to disqualify the person. So this rigmarolling exercise, Mujafaku 360, where will it take us to? The end game near there. Where at to force in your MP.
Yeah.
There's no way we disqualify at to force him. This is a incriminating document a suggests and that means a better taken out of parliament. The same thing applies to Sam George and any other MP Obaho. Social media posts are mokwakofa by every Ghanaian is entitled to his or her opinion.
Exactly.
And we are protected by law to freely express your opinions. And metro ne Facebook no or some about vet and now the baby Sammy. What has that got to do with what I'm coming to do? What I say? So you got, and you know, Parliament must take deliberate steps. So omunbe bo mudi hu ban. No mo ye nim guase mo ho. And the entire nation as a whole. Just say omo na omo ti committees no ze na nyansa ni bi anim. It has to take outsiders like Mama Yaraga na woni ho. Anything be restore calm. Just one person. Just one person. Anything be restore calm. In any case, sir, quorum and no quorum argument 183 and NDC is still suffering to have members present at committee level. Sugar.
They were there. So no more.
Where were they? The issue of quorum was raised initially. No more he. Now, my issue back where me debate na ma attract ye. Minim abra oba vetting and I oba page ma wo hano. I don't know. So we yiri di we chibaya.
Dabi.
Minim so we kromu for the bus di we chibaya. Say they are coming to give you moral support. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Ziga. Minim citizen ye. Why na koso ko page mo be ko board room. Say ko interview. Na wabusia fo nyina ukromu fo nyina trodi which is some moral support every where's that practice coming from? I think a young practice yenyai yentwem. Do you get it?
Yeah.
The idea say by the presence of the people no cry no members of the committee a soft to stance. So I say obi ni mo bi we wuti Ahmed. Oni Ahmed Kasano also okoye national service or saboba.
Yeah.
And that respected things and what have you, and for that matter omutiase my honorable Nipe. Do you get it? Greater Accra there by Henry Cottenier, Titus Grover near both NDC and MPP infiltrate for Ninapaye. Ashanti Regional Minister Ba. Not Mampom Hima. You see, when you do that, for me, is the beginning of corruption. Sugar. Near Tiana say, a man for mobile, you know, I mean, yes, also be an actually can find the bottom sickers in the Frokaba. It is deliberate and intentional. A plan. say mombeta mechi meboa entini uhwe
na memunyedu
na free obisa ai Ashanti Regional Minister nominee questions no adi mampo MP na nkasa amprachum you see stylishly and not tie in the Mampohima when it came to that dual carriage, you know, the whatever road now no can was seven. You see, when you move with few and no mobile office or China, you can't turn a blind eye to them because converting not tawechi. Or he need be a new or be giant or ye as so that be do with you. Yawaha A+ go win the election war are you go more meba all 2 party no to no is still gone. Command be any ho.
Was it any ho?
Gumana the constituency will be any ho or 2 party no one cry. Or more ye parties are hand or more ya no meba. Who do CV got to parliament? This ones you paraded were not even your referees. Until what was the essence?
Mr. Kwame Madam.
Kwame, there's only any share platform.
Betty Hannes BBC Naman.
After
East Legon, he did a party and with various artists for the constituency.
I send the woman jamboree. Where do you do?
I saw this woman did. Mr.
Ziga young videos are more travel. The
videos are there. The videos are there. Please, Kwame did.
Also correct you no correct.
Information or mammy contrary information. But the information
Maka
Gumwa Central the neye jamboree.
Maka Mr.
And you no boy no side when no ye no hall
Kwame East Legon Kwame.
Maka the difference ne wo no.
Difference wo
ho na wo kan.
Ye won no mo di tuaba and ye won no mo
Maka even apart from that
you are going
ye wa man for di tuaba and ye won no
Kwame elections here you definitely get Ebia support financially and all that. So he did that to thank them. But the constituency, the reason why he won, he used artists. You understand? Artists, because we saw an artist. So you try to bring artists to rule the and to all the party. No matter what announce say a bear party. Yeah, that we were supposed to go there, but some of us we couldn't get a time to go. So the artists came to perform, and food were given to people to thank them, and they were happy. Makabistro, the submission here brilliant. I'm picking something from it.
But for me, I feel say any of us so we really free on the TV.
Ziga vedase unti messed put down by nyese bibia ye okay. Ziga die koye nimu no. Say parliament pese ye form serious ah.
Yeah.
Sa ana na chairman fa long list to me spending 15-20 minutes acknowledging people who came along or
with the nominee
omun cancel sa den in film o ba wonko amra come na obi a wo ko ministry a wo nu ye pona chief directors di wachi o me pede no what are they coming to do who ko ministry na wo nu wo ye po chief directors are saline betran over thing when you go that is how they will mislead you these same people. You see, familiarity brings content. Yes, I'm kind.
Yeah.
Come ministry wa to udru wo we are what sure mo no my meeting. But whilst you are still looking for the job, and that interview process with a job hunting, you should not have anybody follow you. When I call committee meetings, I want you invited by the parliament. Who attends committee meeting or upon a committee meeting in this country without the invitation of parliament? You cannot summon people to attend because we have invited to parliament. No. Speaker, as my sir, exercise we you train with TV so. It is a moral support now pa train with TV so. Train with TV so be hu. Why na call parliament akotena guy friend mo can say a plenary. And I'm about the main gallery. Gallery
plenary. Yes.
Gallery never be supporters or not.
Yes.
But where the MPs are seated, the chamber insert, why not Timiko? You can't be there. And so it is the same thing that applies to the committees. At the committee level, you cannot have a direct interface with MPs. What do I say? Once you create that, it will bring the hard castle and not on prayer issue. Because well, my mini watcher can cause a summer chair Ghana. This is a time for me to tell you my peace of mind. Silly boy. So I say, but a year nanka or titop wa and no come wanka police for you na pi.
Yeah.
Yes, I know we Subway will the saying. Oh, we will or the same crew.
Vomao.
Never Vomao. There was other one be. Nidin Mane Kono CPP. Ko PNC.
Drop the chamber guy, no.
Yes.
Ernesto Yabo.
Ernesto Diano. No work. Gallery mo. No ye de no mumian the PA. Do you get it? Because it is not allowed. In the parliament, we come when you no money yes. Omo be tools are deal we. By nye.
Alright, but I say, my member council Emblem. Council Maakye.
Mr. Speaker, Mjodo. Na mame feda mako nje do mfenchia. Na mfenchia Miriam Makati na Mineziga. Na yenua Bena.
Kessben.
The late Ben. Oroba.
The late Ben.
Hey. And now the iron.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Number one, the Parliament of Ghana, especially the appointment committee, they need to be schooled on how to run interviews. Pending a job application. They need schooling. And I'm going to be very hard and blunt. If they like, they should invite me. The reason is that, you see, there are some things that they have said that it shows their level of appreciation in terms of how to ask interview questions, or what the essence of certain things, they don't get it. For instance, yesterday, Honorable Appiah Kubi said some information on a CV that is supposed to be on their CV because it's something that they worked on. Mr. Speaker,
Me too.
The truth of the matter is that, for instance, when you are doing a CV, on every information that is supposed to be on a CV, you put on relevant information to the job that you are seeking for. Okay? So if I'm applying...
Sometimes you tailor it for the particular job.
Exactly. So you can ask me a question and I can bring in something. That does not necessarily mean it there. Or that mean to me CV do. Because if you're carrying the mass, some people would have over 120 page CV of Inra to the subject matter. If some of the questions are will be sana, some of them does not elicit any form of relationship to the job that they've even seeking for, or the portfolio that they are seeking for. It is purely to score political points and settle
and to pin
vendetta. So clearly, the appointment committee, we should not think that they do not need capacity building.
But is it also not the case, almost tested the integrity of the personality before them?
Some of the questions, yes, it might be. But at least I've given an example of if so the real good the capacity. You see, sometimes you can invite people who have worked in job readiness and employability consultants to come and run capacity building for the appointment committee in pursuant to their job. There's nothing wrong with it.
HR expert,
exactly. I am a free there. Once a jume be a pede yen parliament, parliamentarians, yam for one vet one son of parliament.
No.
So you are not cut out for a particular job. It is based on your probably personal experiences, and sometimes your personal experiences might not be best fit for that particular portfolio. Capacity building is key for parliamentarians, especially whichever committee different people should find themselves in. And I think them ejumano or either way. No, Mr. The second point I want to make is that, you see, if we don't take care, if we don't take care, we will start electing certain kind of people we don't want. Because the Parliament of Ghana, I mean, in the attitude that the appointment committee one was showing, it's as if we voted vigilantes to Parliament. It's as if we voted I call them dishonorable infants.
Now the words are too hard,
How is it hard?
But he said
whatever they are doing is dishonorable. And in Baframba, one year the major man, this morning, Honorable Ahmed showed a lot of dishonesty. Obias wabeti yo, and then my table. Wabeti yo, nkofu be 4. War pia table sebade. One could see to my table. And this wabeti yo. What were you doing in between the tables? What was he doing in between the tables? Including the MP that you've mentioned his name, New Jabi, dishonorable Befi. Including him.
Another prayer was also part.
You see?
One doesn't want to do cables,
And
in fact, I couldn't go no decap.
And such a distraction in the full glare of everybody and the police. Sisiano Ishobia Kutupade. Next time I can do anything and the police cannot arrest me or do anything because this is a distraction to public property. You also saw the moon of you or 10 gods. And then I make a trouble China, Mr. Speaker. One of the qualifications, or one of the things that we'll be looking at for people who want to go to Parliament. And you want my wabeti susu. Sisi ano ansha criteria kra yedro to in there. Say wab yakokra and I wabeti susu. Wabeti ya fia de midibia in Parliament. Ye Mr. Speaker na betri bi. Eba wo body na abo shake. Because if you na abu be fina funa pochi no anybody ya. Ono na odi did the to trust some no ho. So if we don't take care, that becomes a criteria for people to be going to Parliament. They could have done everything that they wanted to do yesterday without the distraction that happened. Mr. Speaker, if I feel that mistake you work out, you carry on with what you want to do. So I want to disrupt it so that it doesn't come on. And I pay I can do it without destroying anything here. And I'm to me here. How would it go on? No, but me could be here about nebe. Yeah, I
walk you out. Yeah.
By walking out, Thomas Munkwe.
Obeko. You bet you happy.
Who body in China?
How you bet you happy.
So,
so,
Mr. Speaker, what the point I'm trying to make is that Dandy that warrior, especially causing distraction to public property. Microphones are said be mankasa mu use muzi emu edwuma. Tables are motina ho mu de emu edwuma. Onyo obi no fie chiribe be say no. Emu ara fie ofo no na mu di mu shada mu di da mu nsam more sen.
Ghana foka.
You see, then you come and sit in your V8 and parade around as what?
Members of Parliament.
Such a dishonorable members. And I want to tell them there, we are watching them. Next time, when we as citizens also get into those parliament, so when we are free, they should not forget what happened in Kenya. need to be reminding them that if they've forgotten, they should not forget what happened recently in Kenya. You see there, most people are talking and they are not happy. The Ghanaian people are speaking. It's a informer. The grassroots are now telling the MDC MPs there they are not strong. They are not showing a no there. If they don't do it next time, the grassroots will go into parliament. So we should be careful. That you send a worry can one shouldn't ye. Now the son one shouldn't ye ya. Also no all kutiawana. They cannot handle it.
Okay. It's 9 o'clock on the dot. Go from Paul Maakye.
Yeah, Kwame.
As you say.
Yeah, me maybe have a corner answer.
Already I do. Mami Tiwa.
Yes, Kwame. Yesterday I watched a normal course. Na Ghana ni bia we Ghana ni a ore be ho fi say. Kwame, ye tia first pa na me kai say of 2016 after the 2016 election. Ye bibia wie no. Obe kai say newspaper bi was Zimbabwe. Now omode cartoon be by. In fact, it was all over the place. Joy for publishing that cartoon no. And it's I did not say a teacher ni bia na obisa na ma. Obisa the student say what is democracy? And he said democracy is Ghana. Democracy is Ghana because now people love the way I now you conduct here as a Ghanaians. You understand? Yeah, politics and all this stuff. But today, now who say Japanese parliament and Kofo Kuntokwa, South African parliament and Kofo Kuntokwa. Who say Somalia and other countries be na we Maakye omono. So the bichi today, mom ni ababe ye friend say a country and Kofo Maakye. She essential for yes you can hold Kwame. Say oh yeah campaign dia mo bia ba be member of parliament. I check ni pa no ka ho bi. And Kofo leading demonstration schools. A leading demonstrations schools. Seven preduasa. More bravo no school.
Kessben.
Ba otibika brofo akọ university nti Kwame. Yen share the background how a tutua sama woye. Ni akofa na kwatra parliament. Kwa budi for onsalo olibi. Ochebe afise oka ho na mkofa na ba beba.
Asa me ka ho, ende asa me ka.
Aha. Eti sa no mani ni na no.
Anything no ya American.
Yes, sa no mani na no Kwame. We need to check it because yesterday it was clear say there are some people no mere members of parliament or mere NPP for no ma for do on hands. They were not joining Adiana na ekoso. They make what I say.
Yeah.
And you were NDC for almost they were not supporting say Adiana twaso. But ebia party no constitution say they be a nice adwene ya one paint ya adwene ya one no and they be omuntimi nka. So how they meet people were not supporting it. Now listen to me. I think say it is becoming useless. Waste of time, waste of energy, waste of resources to vet a nominee. It is becoming clear, say, it's a waste of time, waste of resources, waste of energy.
Because of Biafra no I disqualified.
Kwame, the idea no J.H. Mensah and the people versus the people in 1997 what they call court, Supreme Court, are winning 4-1 decision. Say, obi bia ye be nominate no ye be boni di say one member ye fair say a minister no. That person should go through appointment committee. As I said, parliament approve with the panwansa. Yan kase say parliament vetting the panu. Or say as I said, parliament approve with the panwansa. Now how do the parliament approve the person? As I said, parliament did the panfa vetting. So the biche.
Yeah.
Now a date in a parliament as I said, parliament a vetting the panu. As I see a vetting the panu. To test the panel pause. Yes, just say if the person is fit for the job, that is one. As I see, I just say the panel integrity. You understand? Okay, or integrity. Just say no man winning na answer. Na parliament who say, oh, Sadi post mercy. Ye vetting no. Ya submission the entire parliament so are qualified to be a minister. But today that thing is not happening. So why do we still have to go ahead and waste money, waste resources, waste energy on vetting your fellow ministers? I don't get it. Makati Kessben na achuma dwene di abasade so. When ya disqualified in this country.
Obiano.
Kwame, when you disqualified.
Kessben.
We haven't disqualified anybody. But there are some people who should vetting. You can see clearly that an 8-year-old girl should vetting choose a papa is here disqualified. One qualified to be a minister of state. Jamaica, what I say?
Yeah.
Sure. I was reading the code of conduct of parliament. The code of conduct about 2013. Now, Kwame Appiah me read kakrebi edi achiro. This is the code of conduct of parliament. Now, okay, baby, was say gift. Was say a member of parliament shall not accept gifts, which might reasonably be considered as given with the intention of influencing the members' ability to perform his or her duties consciously. Kwame, say the word no say intention, intentional. But any gift be a member of parliament ebeji bia Kwame, it is wrong. Etientina
Kessben.
council. Etientina a member of parliament. We were appointment committee. No I bet to be a we. O bet in the and the chief of staff for someone. I don't get it. Chief of staff, no, where did he get the money from? Yesterday you asked the same question, and I'm happy. Chief of staff for your money seeker, and what my appointment committee, no. And I say if you are one kasa, and what is the sense of that man? Say, I'm not trying to have the minister, the man. But meanwhile, the appointment committee, your time of parliament upon a 8-hour job. Oh yeah, SSB and allowance. Go to parliament, it is there. Jamaica, what I say? Now you read their ethics code of a year standard now. Bakusini or say ethics and standard committee. Or say here's the Polish version or the or say the committee on ethics and standards, chaired by the second deputy speaker, comprises the deputy majority and minority leader, a deputy majority and minority whip, and 10 other members nominated proportionally. This committee oversees the code of conduct for member of parliament and ministers, ensuring ethical conduct and integrity. Its responsibility includes monitoring adherence to the code of conduct now, our parliament, attendance of members and ministers, investigating alleged violations and recommending appropriate actions to the House regarding breaches. So, the ethics committee and the vetting committee is also there to shaping the system. You understand? So how come say now minister MP and say why do you have to ask somebody on the social media? Yeah, it is part of it. It's a vetting. Because Okwaka Metiai ma make a derogatory and I said me denigrate you. You understand? I'm a member of parliament. That Dutch me ba be minister who say the cry. Now you're president. Do we still have to allow the person to go be a minister? Now if you approve that person, then what is the sense in the vetting in the first place?
Now see for mama.
Jamaica what I say? Because Mr. Victor Smith it me could try to president Kofoso. Now you bono. Now if you approve the nomination, we can't throw no kind of vet and say, me boamo fancha me a political talk. Madam Abba be do I the same thing. Send another down Kokufado eton cocaine. No, I bet patch our vet. Integrity. A standard. You understand? So, Obe go through all these things. Yakoni in area, you approve the panel. So what is the sense you waste your time with television? What is the sense in allowing the members of parliament to sit there, see a vetting panel? ebema ene uni opportunity betra radio so o try dey o TV so o try dey o social media ade bia no o be consider your future. Okay, you have to be very careful because we say that bi no ebe hia baba beto so wham na betimi amasad na ba a vetting committee, but the vetting committee is not doing that.
Very well. Marina was to the pause guy 10 after 9 exactly. Now my main kind few messages are modi abanona memora band so can you be sending me a message quite interesting. I say good morning Kwame. I know you won't read this, but clearly you were addressed as silly and you went way higher. Yet you are seen doing things clearly and behaving as silly. He should apologize this time round to Ghanaians and to his constituents. And I know maybe a message is with the free air qua.
Was obi bisa question say was say besramu next me bisa question be no hey me say yeah but make us sure me be a member of parliament in the came or a minister me to the came na me tie me na the girlfriend. He was on the phone. They were almost pamper Dr. Anani. You know why? Okay, Dr. Anani should be a buyer of course, right? The Supreme Court. You started the buy, they coming back as a transport minister. You know what I'm saying? They were pampering him because all the appointment committee that time were heading towards the election year. So they needed roads. They needed roads to their constituency. Me to the catch in all this common. Me come radio here said me say me to the catch I was listening to the person. So the veterinary
I mean the way free I'm in Memphis Central. I say please speaker I boldly say that Afenyo Markin need not to be called honorable. He doesn't deserve any leadership role in this country. He's a shame to the NPP party and the Futu constituency. I mean, I'll thank you for a message. You know, Akwesi Kisi sends this one in from Gumwan Crime. Also dealing with minority hooligans who have despicable character is not easy. They still carry the pain of losing the 2024 general elections within them, and they will ensure they cause commotion over and over again at the slightest issue that happens in parliament. What a shame to the members of parliament on the minority side. Thank you. Kobe Raska Bright sensing this one or say no waste of time. Ghanaians must begin to rethink our posture. Or say you are doing a great job. Keep it up. And my regards to Nafren Ponziga as always. He's on point. A year Bubune from a year Somenya. Bubune, thank you for a message. I would free Somenya Abba. This one says that ECG should set up a security to check where they sell the cables from Ofe. Would the way free thank you for a message. You know, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Oh God, what happened in Parliament last night was a shame to the Ghanaian Parliament. Kweku Einstein, all the way free Mampong, Anna Ede Abba. Or say I'm Albert from Okada Riders Association at Amansia Central, Jakobu. In fact, Kessben, you guys, you do all. God bless you and your team, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. God bless you too. Arima, yes.
They said their party was a party that believes in democracy. They are true Democrats.
Who said?
The former majority leader, now the minority leader. Okade, his party does not believe in chaos. Also, his party does not believe in chaos, and he doesn't believe in it. He doesn't subscribe to it. They are true Democrats. They use the law. Is that what they did yesterday? And was it the law? Did it show democracy? And there could have been other forms or ways of disrupting the process. It didn't have to take such an infantile attitude.
Okay. Ben, Maakye.
Yeah,
Then pom to say.
I'm citizen.
Is it only Adam for the late Ben?
No, say last week me bantem jano. It is only me from the late man. Say consistency ka crowd me no because the late, but last week me bantem jano citizen.
But on this table, we have no consistency. Immediately.
Oh, kasa man kasa. Ame kasa. Oh, challenge. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Yedi kan. Me so suye mu de. The mo friend vet no say mo friend dey o. Me so suye mu nyansa bi anim. Because one, they don't score, right? Or they score.
They don't
score. Two, they are not subject area specific or ministerial area specific with respect to some of the questions. And three, who are they? What is the essence of the questioning? What do they want to achieve? Right? Because me sure move it in and I think that it's a lot of personal issues. Right? Personal issues. Instead of saying kebe focus on nipano ministerial area, the odeba, and as in the policy orientation with respect to how obe lead the ministry no amaye achieve and bi. When say no be bisa se bi onyansa bi anim obi so be ka so we thank the president that he has nominated you. Thank you. I don't have any question. Just waste of time. I think that nyansa enya no kwanko mami bi so ti wo no da bia nkofo no da o masesa na kokko bi sa ni modu bi sa but so I think say so I think that if it is not scoring, right, if it doesn't stop the candidate from being a member or a minister, then what are we wasting our time for? Yes, I am ready agiden. At least I say betina ebitimi ama candidate no ya score so to 60 or to 50 until because of say vet were failing into no yem manen konko yem minister ni yen say mfaso bi also but say ye copy blindly and some of these things I think we copy the West blindly we be kono bi na America sa no mo ye no nti yen ni sabi but they are subject area. They ask questions be espouse you knowledge about baby e kono and how you improve that particular place but ha no no say bi ye tie wunti no. So I think we need to critically look at this vetting whole thing again. Say be expunged from the status quo and I'm glad say you see a constitutional review. I think some of us will table some of these arguments there. Now two, my vetting you know.
But it was some time ago, could you to Eric Hussein from the appointment committee?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Right. It doesn't I think that they are just wasting all of us our time. Now two, Minya. So be a psychology down. You can't abnormality in psychology. There are 4 things na the abnormality. One, danger. Right? Nipa no ebetima pose danger or dangerous to you. Obetima ku onu ane ho. Obetima say ade abre wani na so. Ndi friend abnormal person or abnormal. 2, nipa no ewo distress or stresses be schizophrenic behavior bia abribia no ni mood swings bi ba saa ni mani nyina no obi a abnormal person. 3, obi a dysfunctional mentally abnormal person. And 4, obi a deviant to our social norms. Me dey mean can 2 na won finfin distress no any dysfunction no because I know sometimes you need some psychological diagnostic manual be to be able to know some of these issues. But yen for danger is observed. It's a human behavior you can observe. So bibeku a utimi say nipa onya obeku. Yes, and deviancy is also an observed behavior. The engineti hekai. The na yepese kire. Obesi asumasi yen suso be yesa Ghana for the kra nya sa na tie. E kire won say Ghana for no ye we values bi a yenim say ni yetie. So if someone goes contrary to our values, nipa na deviant or abnormal person. Se oni obiti na nipa no timi tam microphone etam table epeja table no peja bitima bo apraw or abnormal person because nipa no pose danger to you or dangerous to your health. And that is why I think that the Ghana Mental Health Authority has failed us. Ma fail Ghana for
electoral commission more
no, you see, electoral commission has failed us, but they've also failed us because as part of the requirement to be a member of parliament, sound judgment.
You should be a person with sound mind.
Sound mind.
18 years and above.
And but the air here make us say it was a what dream with the Ghana Mental Health Authority may srom. The time has come for us to assess some of these guys mentally, because some of them are abnormal and most of them are even abnormal. Because so if it is not madness, then it is schizophrenia. Nipano ewo bipolar kakra ewo ni team. Because senye bipolar minia, se me ni udi echinge, na enyina eti ho. Na menti asiye, se menti asiye, no se me table me issues, the enti a menti asiye. Why should I leave table? Why should I break microphone? Why should I even try to cause harm to my fellow human being? I didn't think I make what I know Christ say so beyond my omo dimbi of friend. Why should I hold the chest or nippano ne shirt say me no beko? Damn. My encasebu, damn, and that is why I think that the Ghana Mental Health Authority has failed us, because it was an electoral commission demanding the mental health status of every member of parliament and every leader in Ghana here before say more contest election.
And once you are in,
yes, we need to do it periodically. Until yes, Ghana Mental Health for yes, free or they should make themselves available at the Parliament House of Ghana to assess some of these guys, because the omo yeno a damn a abnormality, insane. A being secret mother. Now me DM mama, any DM ya. You see this guy, I used to know him like a gentleman. Acquire no a lottery see.
Samuel.
And he didn't know. I thought that onu oye boko mpekasa and seeing him also agitating and lifting tables. Na me raho. This guy, your first time in parliament, Obi Ayenim said that you bet to be president of the Republic of Ghana, behaving this way. Minia.
As I'm in a page table.
Okay, Obi.
Huh?
Okay, Obi.
I didn't see him.
But I saw it. I watched it. Me, if your sister station be on it, I covered the ninja. Like they were behaving.
He's my
like,
friend. I know what.
No, that be some ninja mindina tem. The anka the meka dey na be wakasi by no crime ni na tem, because sometimes no make try me platforms
say Bruce Lee.
No, Bruce Lee dey cry now. We are
watching the videos. I want to see who actually raised the table.
Nipa no raise the table.
I'm not on pre-page table.
I'm not on pre-page.
Who come na akonya na yedi see table.
I'm not sinabeti here.
Jerry Ahmed. Make a table na kasa. But so that is Jerry Ahmed.
No,
raising the table.
Yeah, Obi was the ability here. They showed us. Of course.
Jerry Bowie. First time.
I don't pay saying they showed us anywhere of hospital.
I don't know many niggas say.
Now the saddest part is say, how did they even elect this guy to be their majority chief whip? And now they know himself. Oh yeah, sir, mentally the real person.
Second deputy.
The second deputy one.
Yes.
Me no munim say ni yobia ne ye no nti yemfa nko place attack no.
There be there.
No, bia. Me nka say bia.
That is not the reason. Jerry Ahmed is there for regional balance sake near there.
Nti regional balance sake. What is regional balance? What was the Greater Accra's contribution to MPP in Parliament? Right, Eastern region gave them majority figures. Ashanti region gave them majority figures. What is the regional balance there?
Okay.
Samia Okuno Jinechiwa.
Yes,
right?
He is not the one who lived there.
He didn't.
But there are several scenes, so maybe.
Video,
right? And Osha way Nina now who sa I wager Chris Brown. Then he was happy. No, lifting now he was smiling. You see, me can say sa way now can silly no. You see, silly is an intentional act. So you can also be a silly as a wapayo. But this is schizophrenia, a mental disorder. Nti enye se wa sheda se bi odam na wabo.
David, wabo.
Menka se wabo damo. No, minia, menka se wabo damo.
You can criticize the act, but so
no, minia. You see, ye trika san normally ye jijini maso. Medical culture say, open abnormality in mental health, danger, dysfunction, distress, and deviancy against social order. Nti enye na menka se be abnormal. That is how. Your friend is statistical manual, diagnostic manual.
Yes, but there's no hospital of or competent doctor where showcases
you see, Minia. Open so gentle, but
Mr. Speaker, Ben, sometimes we know the symptoms of malaria. award exactly. So he just said one diagnosis of as actions be, and when you exhibit it could be that it is so okay. And he said based on the actions of the individuals, then this is what it is.
You see, Minia, no what kind psychology
Kessben.
With my kind William Bond, with my kind the friend saying acquire dream analysis some American be, but the meet my cartoon say mental health is also an observed behavior. So person who so be any papa ni send your behavior no cry to meet you say or your papa now your papa.
But it has to be continuous.
No, oh, but any continuous.
Obi atochima.
So obi atochima. Na bi mo atochia. Ni behavior krana or activity out to say no. We atochima no ntechima. And sometimes mental health no. Unhunu say obi unless or exhibit behavior. Or tre the soup. Nti say me no what ho. Now with me lift the microphone. Right? Now with me lift the table. Na table no ti be hold me batakali say ya na enye dama se be e den. It's an observed behavior nyam na make on.
See from mama.
Intimidation from I think that Ghana Mental Health Authority, please, yes remo. Monko e parliament to fast. Na mo assess microphone because the urban way first one no and where the BC actually no.
Where first
one no but if someone is able to lift table against you and where next one they say can be
my be crab chemisen.
So my be 20 second one no be and where third one no say your mental health for anko and where third one no yeah the second be go
a member of parliament here to Obama ballot paper
my kind messages in be good morning speaker. In fact, some of our MPs are sick. They need medicines. Eram from Ayekpong. Good morning. Eram, thank you for a message, Good morning, speaker. Sami Ewuku never lifted a table, but rather held the table to stop them from lifting it. Manasi, sensing that one from Winneba. Manasi, thank you. Yes, I think we have confirmed that Sami Ewuku and Peja table be Omo Peja and Yehuye. The videos are showing clearly.
We are all stopping table.
What's it?
So I was stopping the table.
Manas and sending video.
Yeah, video. He's specific that he was helping stop the video. You should send out.
I saw him.
You should send it. Or send it when say no one will validate it. You are not dealing with Manasseh. Let Manasseh send it.
But who is all table?
Manin said because evidence on social media broad. Well, I can get it for you.
Maminti, we wrap it up na sorry. Me bows.
Speaker, no. I said that to have a shame. Speaker,
yes.
You wrap for me sweet na you better or more to me show mon sound or more year man for Juma. So far, but CEOs my kind by 150. Offer the whole Western region and now Western North war. Not a single person.
And I see you.
Election you Mukoyan, so body 15 out of seats. And you know, so we 150 CEOs.
Not well,
Fabian,
Western North in the Western region.
Yeah, I think you are not being fair. It is against Article 36. 5 war
Mekai minia ba ko CV amount.
I mean come region because say marriage OT. I have not gotten any CEO. What we have is Kofi Adams and the regional minister, not a single CEO from there. There are more yes
yeah.
As Mustafa Gwandi put them on for them up on so few OT.
Mustafa Fioti mo.
Yeah, Mustafa Fioti of freedom by.
Oh sir.
Yes. That's where Mustafa comes from.
I thought he was a northerner.
No, Mustafa comes from Oti. The man is Mustafa Fi. Intina Samo Cha, Monrenesa. I'm from Mamma Nyan to say, have a crap party with Tico Jade minister. No, I say, I won't feel Tino. The way you need Oti for.
Yes, and Crawford or Honoma. One more year, Juma. Makati last week, you know, Casa Munina, 1 year, Juma. Only citizen. And watching many beauty a year, Juma. They should reward him. Now, very importantly, I want to read this. The person profile will be Namuhusa Nipani. What the picture I better saw Gordon Safwadu. Of the Western region, okay? Now, this is a very brilliant man. I mean, why you for a very long time. Now, I just want to read background. No, now, yem profiling the kakra. I feel since McCarthy did Western region and Komona Bano, he's one person. He's qualified to be a CEO. As an appointment committee now, one more making appointment if so a money position a year. He completed the University of Ghana. Okay, now Yeka say why PhD with the same university. So PhD in Public Administration and Policy Management. He completed in 2020. Nyansapo College, why Master of Art, International Relation. He's done how do you call it? MSc Procurement and Supply Chain Management with University of Cape Coast. Then Oko University, the new University of Buckinghamshire. He's done International Relation and Accounting. As well as finance, international accounting and finance with that university of Cape Coast again, Master of Art in Environmental Management and Policy, and this is the man I'm talking about. Paris Graduate School of Management, he's done MBA Strategic and Project Management. Then Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, okay, Post-Chartered Diploma, Public Financial Management. You go to the Galilee International Management Institute in Israel. He's also done diploma in irrigated agriculture and then times climate change. Then you come to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I don't know how. Maybe Ben can help us. And Crawford to me achieve academic idea no so much say already be krana air konokeke. But Ben will be able to help us because nonsense I don't know so yeah. Sana Ben what here way. Momano policy advisor and a technical advisor. Ministry of Energy and Secretary. But Gordon Safwadu do the no is so beautiful. Now some professional programs. Ghana Institute of Foresters, okay, professional member. Over a year, the Chartered Institute of Management, and so he is also a fully chartered accountant with that Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, fully chartered member. The Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply, he's also there. Then you come to the Chartered Institute of Credit Management, as well as Chartered Credit. He's also there, professionally chartered. Then KPI Institute, Chartered and Certified Strategic Business Planning Professional, Wachata, and also Institute of Internal Auditors. He's a member of that. Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. He's a member of that. So I'm asking how I need to be there to that level. And I say Ben will be able to help us. So the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. He's also a member there. He's a chartered member. Then I don't know yet. Citizen right? Chartered Institute of Logistics. Then you come to Juma Awaya. He served on the audit committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants as a member of that organization, and then the audit committee of the Forestry Commission at the secretariat level. Then he has also served as an executive council member for the Canada-Ghana Chamber of Commerce. And a whole lot. It's many. And I'm saying, sir, if such a person represented Ben, the CV, say, or person or a chief executive, okay, for the Forestry Commission, of which I was here for over 25 years as well, rising through the ranks. Now, he has served as project manager for the Forestry Commission over the years. He has served as environmental project and forest environmental management specialist as well. Was serving as corporate affairs manager for the Forestry Commission. Then you come again, he served as conflict management leadership. I mean, at that topmost level, so was serving ewo. So I mean, the achievement, a lot. Then it comes to, he has provided overall strategic leadership and corporate planning as well as monitoring for donor support department of the Forestry Commission, and a lot more of the things he has done. International conferences near there. He's worked with the World Bank, and then he's worked with a lot of donor agencies. So this is Gordon Safwedo, PhD holder in that line. He is looking to become the chief executive for Forestry Commission. He's from the Western region. Up to now, Magati Yeka say an appointment in the MI. This man is more than qualified to even become a substantive minister.
Speaker, I say
based on the experience or what?
As a obit no of say arranged. Oh, say me ko ka West new tina the day na ba. Minimum.
Oh, Makati doesn't
know this man. Inshallah, baby ada. But I think when people deserve it, why not? On no move because I didn't dare say.
God surprises now.
No, God for that reason, no yeah. God for that reason, people are yes, because people are banking on loyalty. Other than competence. Yes, because you be as a reward and it not for because and you try you can baby but can as a man for fees what time will be in time will be I bet comes and you see a canna. You see if you have we are what rising through what stay through to this level now you can go passing. Especially as a party nimpo can there.
Or your party supported the party's campaign in the Western region. I mean, he was with Professor Jenano Pokuajman throughout the campaign or core. He has served as regional campaign coordinator for the Western region. So I mean, I don't know why.
The vehicle are running on, or maybe a weak vehicle, maybe another Bedford.
They
say cars are bad. One cars are bad. But we share appointment so far clearly. Ultimately say, offer final analogy. Call the same bottle. So what I say.
I find now called the
same bottle because we shall ultimately I said in Kitian come from home. You cannot see wine come. We are like the same
stock now. That is the same angle
not spreading. It trickle down effect. A choke. A bit hard. So we share regions now.
There are competent people over there.
Other regions are modern. But I think that the appointment appears to be concentrated in certain areas.
Okay.
As over the northern voter Ashanti, this is Aneko, North voter Ashanti, North voter Ashanti, and Kwana, Adeneko, Yevende, Bono, Swanya Kakra, and Kadil, no more will be finance minister. They don't need anything again. When it comes to ministerial, we know more because a song. Will be local government, region, local government. They don't need any other ministerial portfolio. You can only support them with CEO Baku Minimum Sabi. So what I say. Now, Okomo be baby to say, Memphis say, infant creative arts, Anyansafo constituency. What I say. She know. Anyansafo constituency creative art. That be pulling down people. She knew how. And they will need additional. Until Ufa, Hosi. Now, no, I think the appointing authority, no, Omon City up.
Okay.
Now, I Kakrana Kano, or made deputies, no, Omon check.
Sports mode. Sports.
Coefficient for
coefficient members.
No, coefficient. Coefficient. One man who madam cry on this is man. Who the
coefficient for they are not. My member also. I think
first of all,
somebody like Safwa do deserves an appointment.
Yeah, somebody
Doctor do what's a bonabaso. What if you saying?
I may not know his age directly.
But like,
no, but I think that he
has achieved
for himself. na onyabre man ho de.
That is my problem. I mean,
all these things,
just to gather So he was born on 12 July 1974.
Okay.
1974.
So he's around 50
something.
And he has achieved all these things. Charlie, why are they? But yeah, Bonfire said, Omo appointed CEOs, considered because I think his CV speaks volume. And saying kaya CV nkwana ehwede I was say enikwa so ni obi apre.
Yeah.
Ebi na obi nsukura similar CV on so pebi. Right? But I think that his own and he stands tall. Say
51.
Appointing authority no.
51.
Omama because I think that he has institutional memory, he has professional knowledge,
exactly.
he has academic knowledge, he has exposure with respect to the partnership and as a network all across the world with multinational companies, multilateral organizations. I will be to me abua. I'm a forestry commission. I found into my path.
And in academia, the highest is PhD, right?
Yeah, the highest is PhD.
Okay.
Nti why bibia? Nti na maybe says we didn't say na onya brede onya time na busunya because we say why yes and we are onya time na busunya because oye ni nyina so in the name say that obenya kwanya a7 man. Na why we nyina wie na momfa honom mana then what enche obi kran so no so because high school we bibium e da bebo an man. I think that it was so mo consider any ono kwa he na make kan we say Bunu East ye nya CEO no bibi ye nya hwe
Bunu East ho
ye nya hwe bibia ma ho
and the trade minister no region ben
ono oye minister ba meka CEO
okay
Bunu East nya bi mia menua bana hene kwako osu bana hene akasa ma NDC since 2009 nkra iba na anu ye ibejiji position yi ya tentam position dia momo
Erica J is from Bunu East
no he's from Bunu.
Erica J is from
Bunu omo nyina free Bunu I don't consider as one we are not one Bunu East no don't consider as we are not one we are not one ya chem Kessben bengu
agree
I have
local government
I have
this is something common for
Local government then I have.
No, agree I have.
Local government
Bunu enye Bunu East there on my trade ni CEO mama ehwe yes we o mabunu no me ba Bunu East e o mabunu e wo so mo consider yen so me kan wi mia menua e na woni say Eastern region so mo mfio mo Eastern region just look at CEOs no Eastern region why na you know
I say Eastern region so for omanya defense omanya chief of staff omanya youth
omanya youth
Pablo is from the Eastern region Rudella is also with
Minia. Say unya na enu ntre say CEO no ma mobile.
No, I'm saying say CEO no. Roots Salad Sendo. National service. What no AC.
But ye ka CEOs. Omunya bi. Mi nia kwaku akasa ma party ya. Kwaku bana hene. Ozu bana hene.
But in say Eastern region there's a omunya.
Eastern region
na ba ko bia nya bi pribia kan.
Oti so ye ma mo hwe. Oti ye ma mo hwe.
Western North na ye nya hwe.
Western North so nya hwe.
Na ye nya hwe.
Western region so nya hwe.
I say bole omunya president no mo still omu pick.
Savannah region so class so omanya ba ko ma hu boy bi also deputy. Misra mo ye ma regional balance mra NDC for no mutie no. O ma regional balance mra. O mo chichade no ya te say abusuya kobi na echiche. Yesro mo a omo vet no mo obi anya ni obi a osum party ni bia obi anya bi na on benefiting free mo nyesa
it's not possible
no that be say enya possible
obi anya bi kwa na say ye balance
balance
but don't say obi anya
no but obi akra betima obi osum party ni bia betima nya bi
how
wow obi osum because me citizen me fan is a citizen me the reasonability is getting someone that you know also getting an appointment when you be no
exactly but I don't know whether the people that are appointing are also what trashy
na make us say yeah whom grow for any mom no munya bi Bunu East obi anya bi omunya bi
enso me crop for na bi nya
Bunu East omunya bi citizen class ono so som ye wanya bi Makati wanya bi nti esro omo appoint no
na ofaliso am de da kwatreva
liso we de so no ko fi wachi na mo no mpehwe
awon very
enye liso ni kofi na na
bobi ni kofi na
na liso we de so no mpehwe
liso wo ho
ono
Kofi Bachem for so.
No, Kofi Baye regional secretary.
Acting.
The camp.
Acting no.
Acting. So once you confirm, so more elevated.
Minia.
Now you're regional secretary.
Upper West cry nyabi. Upper West yenya CEO no bi. Upper West nyabi.
Regional secretary.
Upper is grasu nyabi. Minia. Nti as you concentrate ade no Ashanti region vulture. Ena Ashanti vulture ena he. Ena
North na dia na.
Ena Maakye ade no sabat. Enya omo nkwa so na tuma NDC. Obia dodo na tutuma NDC. Nti ye ma enso obia so. Na obia ni age nti mesre Julius Zebra. Honorable.
National Youth Authority.
Youth Authority.
Deputies.
Not the student.
One away girl and then one northern boy be visually impaired. Or no mahunu letter. But girl no mean who appointment letter.
Mesro.
Okay.
Last hour.
1 minute.
Appointing authority.
1 hour.
Last minute. Appointing authority. Yes, sir. JDM. Julius Zebra, yes, sir. Omonhwe Godwin CV no.
Yeah.
No mon financial babia. Safo di dia no omon financial babia esefata. Because sa nkrofo na ye mo mu di bia. Enye wuntumi fo no. We mu na e mo mu di bia. Ombetumi enye party no ombetumi aton Ghana. Aye adwuma pade ama na okofa wuntumi type no bi ko ja. Anhwe na wako lusu bono region sendi abronye lusu
sendi for ne yantna sima won kaka sanche yesu
aga na wako lusu bono region sendi abronye lusu bono region ma indis ne yesromo omfa nim difondi ka na be
kwa for the sika fam
me da say babembra cancel over wrap upon the appointment
gentleman
you see consistency is very key. But here Mikade, the party should not only concentrate on yenyim nkofo okotina radio do wokokwen yenyim nkofo a wokohwe aso yenyim nkofo a wo carry ballot box nti won kutina wo say appointment sometimes for you to achieve your result, for Ghanaians to believe in you and vote for you again, you need competent hands
to manage systems.
Okay, because sabi edwuma was in nyina anya pe obia wo ntina de bia meka de Ghana is an orchestra where every instrument has a different part to play. Some instruments be also ibi mo yeketekete ibi mo yeyi, but ni nyina wo ne part to play to create a harmony. Ntina bia meka Ghana is not a duet. Onya treble and alto. The only thing you want to see is reward loyalty and the NDC member. No. There are times you need certain people in certain areas to deliver the results that you need. Because
they say what for me government.
Exactly. Mr. We should be careful. Because it's not only NDC people who cause the ruin of the NDC.
No.
They are Ghanaians are sabi wonye NDC men or women, but on cramp na won waka sanko fute won mo.
So monya bi.
Professor Jampo di say enye bad.
Mr. We should.
Oh, knowledge is
Ben. Mr. Some of these things that we've talked about, the varied areas, we should look at it. Mr. Speaker, let me end today on Electoral Commission.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, I want to put this on record. Anybody who wants to use the benchmark set by former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in relation to the Electoral Commission issues will fail this country. Because that benchmark is so low. That was one of the lowest points of our democracy. The Electoral Commissioner chair, we will use some frivolous ways. That benchmark, you want to follow that benchmark, we will make the gravest mistake. Some of these petitions that are flying left, right, center, you see, we should be serious. If we really want to do things Obama Yeba and Riser, we should do things properly.
I agree with you.
Because if we just want to use we'll make the biggest mistake. That is the bar that we brought too low. And I said it.
And Ghanaians rejected it.
Rejected it. In 2016, MPP in opposition before 2016 raised the bar so high. We started thinking and believing that something else is possible. What ban what the ban about to fool? Number from what do dog Okoba, be umpa from my word, one boba and crowd twitching. Is that the bar we want to use as our benchmark? Is that the bar that we want to use? There, yeah, but be sure no who into some BBC, the bar na my yard, Debbie. Let's raise the bar high because Ghanaians voted for a bar that they so believe that it will reset this country and upgrade it to the leveler. Until we should not be using those benchmark at all. Now, for the proper ways and means, we know what has happened. If we want to do the right things in relation to removal of people from offices, there are several ways. Because you see, obviously, the electoral commissioner chair is like a justice of the appeals court. We know how to remove them. The only thing is that sometimes when you say incompetence, somebody being removed, and the grounds for removal is incompetence. Mr. Speaker, election we are still giving election results thought. Is it incompetence or not?
Oh, but it is.
So there are serious grounds that people could be raising. But issue some of the petitions that are coming up,
and that has not just happened. It's not
the best. Into America,
knowing what happened in 2022.
Draft well with what petitions that we can carry on.
Of course, one more year, Jumani, so I almost no money. Now, almost one more year, Jumamo, my and your best appointment committee.
Now, they say, don't
Ministry of Energy, as a sort of Faben. Technical advice.
So, we're finding send a brother out. The election, not Ben, shit, giddy.
Committees who are more financial.
They only say,
and then I'm fat bed. One my bed, baby. You need to Ghana.
Okay. Thank you. The best appointment committee, Gordon Safue do the why? Now, your best now, Monsha Western region, so any monyam. 17 constituencies, or Boabi, or Mwaji 15 out of the 17. I mean, traditional seat NPP winning or Western region in a BC. This is the first time. Party no etimi agining na but your best na monhwe na monfa ne de ma no na enyefe yemfa won si se Johnny team no e de production no e ba de na nyehwe to bo as region de ya be kakra mo be ya mama hwehwem se de mo de birthday ne ba ya mo to pressure to me so na no I mean, wishing Patience Kimberly a very big happy birthday. Patience, it's your birthday today. Kimberly, we celebrate you this morning. God bless you on your new age. We pray for grace and we pray for good strength, good health. We pray for prosperity as you open a new chapter. Now, when you're Kessben, I mean, wishing Ebenezer Ahen of ICGC Covenant Temple, Ewo Kotobabi, we are in our Hamadin. I mean, wishing a very big happy birthday. Ahin, we wish you the best of your new age. God bless you. Why? You need to Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. We may the Westy say Joe up next with Bedford Action. Atom Yania Joada will be back again to serve you and to serve our nation. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay blessed. Good morning.
Odom se sreku si anansi mu nomfwe. Nansi mu nomfwe.